My name is Ricky and welcome back to another video. This time around we're gonna cover a first ever PvP tier list on my YouTube channel. Before we go into the video, quick short notice as always, I do stream live on Twitch every single day. So as right now you guys can see we're live. So if you want to check my live once, click the Twitch link in the description and then just follow so you see when I go live. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to actually drop a like or even subscribe to the channel if you're new here. And without further ado, let's get into our tier list. So, as you guys can see here, there are also some units in there which are GP released. So don't worry about that. We're not gonna bother with them. We're only gonna bother with the units we actually have so far. And we are then gonna cover. I'm actually quickly gonna explain what every tier means. So if we're starting with useless, I think that's self-explanatory. Useless units they don't see ever used. They're basically, like it says, useless. You're not going to use them. Bad units, they're not completely useless, but sometimes you could actually use them. So, I don't know. Bad units, but not like completely units. Special tier is kind of a troll tier, special tier, for example, where you have units like red Melascula is going to be in there, blue Melascula, green Jericho and stuff like that. Units that can actually be pretty decent, but usually they're not. Also, I forgot to mention this unit is in this tier list is for geared and gearless combined. So I'm not gonna like cover everything too exactly. Like, it's just a combined tier list. I'm gonna say which unit is like better in gearless and when a unit is only good in geared and stuff like that, but keep that in mind. So just so you guys know. A tier is like good, but it's kind of off meta. S tier is like really off meta. You're not gonna see those units too often, but they're actually pretty good. SS tier is very, very good. Not quite the God tier meta. Something is like some tiny pieces are missing there to actually get into the God tier meta. And God tier meta are like units you literally see them every single fight, every single match. They're all there. Those are the best units in the game right now. So yeah, without further ado, I guess let's get into the tier list. So we're gonna start with Red Nunchuck Barn here. Red Nunchuck Barn, personally for me, again, keep in mind, just personal opinion, completely useless. Doesn't really work. On paper, maybe he seems good, not really good, all right? So the next three units are skip units, which we don't have just yet. If we cover Matrona Diane, actually, I would put her into special tier because now with the whole like rupture, damage she has, she can actually be kind of viable against buffed units, right? With her rupture damage. But at the same time, she's not really meta at all. Not many people have her build and stuff, so just into special tier there. Brawler Barn here, for me personally, yes, he ignores like resistance or like defense and stuff, but I'm actually gonna put him in bad. I'm not gonna put him in useless because he actually is okay-ish. Green Fat King, in my opinion, I haven't faced him in ever. On paper, he's pretty I'm not gonna say pretty decent, but on paper he can see some use. I personally would put him into bad, because of like the whole red meta dominating right now. Green Halbram, useless. Seriously, don't bother with him. Blue Demon Henderson, same thing as well here. Red Gill is a kinda interesting one. Red Gill, especially now with the whole red meta, he can be actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. He can be really, really good. If you have a Red Gil build, he's actually really, really good because of his taunt actually as well. Like then if you have him like on full ult gauge, he has crazy resistance. So you actually can have troubles dealing with him. So actually I'm gonna put him here into wrong character. I'm actually going to put him here into A tier or even S tier because he's really, really good. People just don't realize how good he is. The only disadvantage he has is like his attack skill doesn't deal much damage, but besides that, he's actually pretty good. I'm actually going to put him even into S tier because Mono Red is dominating right now completely. And people are sleeping on Red Gil, trust me. Diane. Wait, no, Slater. Slater we're not gonna bother. Slater is just useless. Blue Diane is an interesting one as well, because Inferior is still kind of hardest hitting ult across the board. So I'm thinking about putting Diane into S tier as well. The problem is, like, with Diane can get easy clapped by a red ESCANOR. But in theory, she can deal quite well with mono red teams if you rush your ult, that is, right? If you rush your ult. The problem is you would have to combine her with a couple different units to actually make her very viable. You would have to rush her ult, then also like petrify units like Alpha, so they can't like actually boost Asuka. But in theory, she has the potential to actually be in S tier, so I'm actually gonna put her in S tier. I'm gonna go over the list once it's done itself. ESCANOR got tier, so I'm gonna talk a little bit about ESCANOR. Obviously, ESCANOR just got released, right? Meta shifted completely. Red ESCANOR, beast, literally beast. Probably hardest hitting DPS unit right now for PvP. Geared or gearless, doesn't really matter for him. If you don't get countered completely with your team, if the enemies don't like counter your offer and petrify him, you're gonna destroy units with ESCANOR. He's even that strong that he potentially can like even almost 1v3 against the PS team if you get some good RNG. Is he the best unit in the game right now for PvP? I still would disagree he isn't, but it's really, really close. Like, he's first place kind of sharing, but whatever. Red ESCANOR got tier meta, hands down, insane unit. So let's keep continuing. So Coin Shaban here, probably my favorite unit to use in PvP. Sadly, now with the release of Red ESCANOR, dropped off immensely. Not only because of Red ESCANOR, but also the whole Ultra gear for ESCANOR. He dropped off pretty big. Beforehand, I would have put him even like probably into SS tier, but now sadly I just have to put him into special tier. I'm not gonna lie, because Mono Red is dominating, and even against PS team, it's like really difficult. You just rather use a green ESCANOR in your PS team. Green King is an interesting one again. Now, before Red ESCANOR, I would have rated him higher, but after ESCANOR, I'm potentially gonna put him into special tier as well. Like, obviously, if you build King really nicely for geared, with the whole crits, he can dish out crazy damage. But now with like Mono Red dominating, he sadly fell off by quite big margin as well. Red Demon Melee. So Red Demon Melee, I probably would have rated him beforehand. I would have rated him for like A tier. Now with Mono Red as well, I'm thinking about actually putting him into S tier as well. Like, for Mono Red, I personally would go for King in the back because of like dealing with PS teams, but Demon Melee can actually be a very good shout as well if he comes from the back. I'm actually gonna put him for now still in A tier, and I'm gonna think about him in a bit later as well. He has the potential to go into S tier for sure. Not gonna bother with Elione for now. Not gonna bother really with Red Barn. Kane, same thing. I'm not gonna put them into a useless. Gav for the same, Dre for the same. Green Ellie Hawk, actually, I'm gonna put her to special tier because of Pierce. Red Ellie Hawk, not gonna bother. Red Gila, with her ult, she can deal quite some damage. I'm gonna put her into bad. Green Gil is still very good for PvP, but kind of dropped off now that Valenti teams are kind of gone. I'm gonna put him into special tier as well. Like, facing green, you're not really facing too many green gills anymore. That's why, like, he's not that relevant anymore. With Valenti gone now due to the mono red meta, I can't remember when I faced green gill the last time. Like, seriously, he doesn't see that much use anymore. Maybe depending on how the meta continues for next month or for next tier list, I can move him up again. But for now, I don't face him anymore at all because I don't face Valenti anymore at all. So people just don't use him anymore, and he's not that great anymore. Simple as that. Gaufer, hands down, God tier. I don't think this needs much explanation or something. Rank ups, attack seals with combine him even with Kingbram, combine him with Mono Red. He is a very, very important part of the two best teams, or two of the three best teams at the moment for PvP. So ult, if you have his ult 606 as well, he can like nuke you. Ult gauge reduction as well. Definition of God tier. Red Griamore. I'm actually gonna put Red Griamore now. He kind of did fall off a bit for a couple of days. For 1 week, ever since like Red King came out, because people replaced Red King on or like Griamore with Red King in the PS teams. So now with Mono Red as well, a couple of people, I did see some people use Griamore in the back, which is actually a fair shout because of like his passive, right? So I'm actually gonna put him into S tier for now. Maybe even SS tier. I'm not quite sure yet. I'm not gonna go with those units. Blue Fat King. Gonna put Blue Fat King into bad. Blue Fat King into bad. Griamore useless. Red Jerry, not gonna go with those units. Not gonna go with those units. Not gonna go with those units. No. Merlin, Green Merlin. So Green Merlin is actually interesting now as well because Green Merlin did drop off as well now. In theory, Green Merlin is very, very good. Since now Kingbram is actually really good counter to Mono Red still. Merlin is a very, very good shout. She still has like such a good skill set with her ult disabling attack skills, rollback for the ult gauge, the perfect cube, obviously her passive. She's still very, very viable. I think for now, maybe you're gonna put in S tier or SS tier. I'm not quite sure yet. I think I'm gonna put her into SS tier for now because for God tier she's not good enough. In SS tier, I think it's a very good place for her. So she's the first unit for SS tier for now. Continuing with Blue Gaufer now. Blue Gaufer is just bad. Don't use him. Red Slater. I'm gonna put Red Slater into special tier. Red Slater with his like a debuff card is actually somewhat. I still see people use Red Slater sometimes. But he's like more of a troll unit or special unit, so that's why he just goes to special tier there. Twigo. So Twigo is a very, very interesting one now because before Red ESCANOR, Twigo was not really viable. Like he was viable for Mono Red teams before PS team came out, and now that like Mono Red is back, I'm actually gonna put Twigo into SS tier because his HP boost is crazy. I'm either gonna put him into SS tier or S tier. I'm not quite sure yet. I just rate Twigo a bit higher than Griamore for now. Because of the HP boost. Mono Red teams have just crazy HP. It's just crazy with Twigo. So I'm gonna keep him for now in SS tier. Red Diane with the seal. I'm gonna put her into bad for now. Green Brawler Bond useless. Red Ellie, I'm gonna put her into special tier just because of the heal. Green Elizabeth is kind of the same. So Red Merlin is interesting one. Red Merlin is really interesting. Red Merlin is pretty good. Like with her freeze and everything, she's viable. She's always viable because of her unique skill, right? But I don't know where to put her actually. Like Merlin can be really good. I think I'm gonna put her into A tier together with Demon Melee because she is decent. She's red. Like red is dominating color wise right now, right? So I'm gonna put her into A tier for now. If you're wondering also why I don't have Jillian, because I just saw it in chat, Jillian is not there because green right now is just in a very bad place. Same with Marmos. Halbram. So Halbram right now, Halbram is interesting. I think I'm gonna put Halbram into SS or God tier. I'm gonna put... I don't know if he quite makes it into God tier. Yes, I do keep facing a lot of Halbrams right now, but Halbram, no, I'm not gonna put him into SS tier, solely because of the fact Halbram or Kingbram loses out on against PS teams. Basically, that's it. Like, Kingbram is an insane counter against Monorad, but against PS teams, Kingbram just loses out 9 out of 10 times. But since it's still the third best team in the game right now, I'm gonna place Halbram into SS tier for now. So, back where we were, Gustav, same. I'm actually gonna put Gustav into special tier. My personal opinion, because Gustav has the disadvantage of being an SR unit, worse stats than Merlin, worse color than Merlin. So he's gonna stay there for special tier. Continuing with Elliehawk now. Elliehawk, blue Elliehawk is a really interesting unit now. So she has the potential to actually be like in A tier or S tier, but the problem is, like, right now, a lot of people still kind of sleep on Elliehawk, and the problem with Elliehawk as well is if people see your Elliehawk on the floor, they know what you're gonna do. So people are gonna target her like crazy. For example, if you're faced with Elliehawk against a PS team with Green ESCANOR is gonna kill her first turn. If you face against Monorad, Eska will probably gonna kill her first turn. So that's why I don't really want to put her into S tier. She kind of has the potential, but she gets countered pretty quickly. Nonetheless, because of her amplifying and the solidifying, I'm still gonna put her into S tier because she's a good counter against Monorad nonetheless. All right, continuing the list, we have Hauser. So Hauser is again an interesting one. So thank you for the follow, whoever it was. You will be remembered forever now. I'm gonna put Hauser. He doesn't quite make the cut for God tier, I can tell you that, for me personally right now, because the problem Monorad faces is Rad has so many good units that you can't put all of those units into one team. And the Monorad team, in my opinion, the best Monorad team to counter like most teams is Red ESCANOR, Alpha, Gauther, and Red Skinny King in the back. Yes, you lose out on HP because not having Twigo or Grimmore, you don't have that much HP. Same with Hauser, kinda. Hauser can be used in a PS team, yes, and Hauser can be used in a Monorad team, yes, but he's not first choice for those two teams. So hence why I'm gonna put him into SS tier. He's again very good damage output, very good passive for Monorad as well, but doesn't quite make the cut for the first choice of those teams respectively. So continuing, I'm not gonna bother with Rimuru or Benimaru. Milim, I'm actually gonna go and put Milim into bad tier. Bad or I'm actually gonna put her into bad tier. Because she, with her attack skill set and everything, she still can kind of dish out quite good damage. She's just very squishy and completely off meta, to be honest. But nonetheless, I'm gonna put her there. Thinking about it now, I'm actually gonna put Rimuru there as well because of his taunt. And the rupture damage, I'm actually gonna put him into bad as well. Just completely off meta and very hard to actually like implement into a team, both of them. Green Lilia. So Green Lilia is an interesting now again as well, because Green Lilia fell off drastically now as well due to Valenti dropping off. And her passive. So we did put Gil into special tier. Yeah, I'm gonna put Green Lilia as well into special tier. It's literally the same. Thank you for the follow as well. It's literally the same as with yeah, literally the same as with Green Gil. So Elaine is an interesting one. Ult reduction galore, but really squishy. She's green, so she gets absolutely wrecked by Monorad, so useless sadly. Alpha, hands down, God tier. Arthur is such an insane unit. He kind of is having his resurgence right now again. Arthur together with Red Escanor probably arguably the best combo, two-way, two-hit combo, whatever you want to call it, in the game right now for PvP or in general PvE as well. Arthur combined with Asker can literally wipe whole teams, seriously. The only way you have to counter Arthur is basically if you petrify him with King Bram, or obviously Blue King, right? But still, I basically face Arthur every single match, every second match, so he's relevant. He's gonna stay relevant for a while now, as long as like Red Esker stays relevant. So definitely deserved God tier. So yeah. Continuing now with Blue Gallant. Blue Gallant is kind of can dish out good damage, but sadly he's not really that viable, not really meta, hard to implement. Kind of same thing as with other units beforehand. Blue Liz is just a special troll unit with a passive, right? Everyone knows how she works. Green Asker is definitely going to God tier. Now, before the whole Ultra Gear, he already was insane. Now with Ultra Gear, bro, he's hitting like a truck. Seriously, if Green Asker is coming for you, bro, just hide. Seriously, like if you have Ultra Gear on him with very good attack stats, he's just going all out rampage. Green Jerry is a troll unit, special unit, whatever you want to call it. She can dish out quite decent damage with her crits, but squishy as hell. Also green, right? So you can see the problem already. So Green Diane now is an interesting one again. Before I would have rated her higher as well, but now with Monorad being relevant again, I'm probably gonna put her into special tier. I'm not quite sure about her because on paper she seems decent, but with Red Esker around, you can see like so many units in special tier. Red Esker just destroys literally all green units. Continuing now, who do we have here? There's units we don't have yet. Lilia, obviously God tier, insane skill set, such a good skill set, cleansing, healing. Ult gauge reduction, her ult as well, hitting hard if you have 606 obviously, and then you have a passive for PS team. So surprise PS team for me, if you play it correctly, is still the best team at the moment for PvP. So yeah, combined with Blue Melee, again arguably first or second best combo in the game. Let's continue now. Blue Demon Melee. All right, so this is a no-brainer. I literally just explained it. Insane damage output, corrosion on top to deal with annoying units as well. Ult, if you get to ult, is basically guaranteed one shot as well. So doesn't really need more explanation in my opinion. Then if we continue, I'm not gonna bother with Dogedo. Death Pierce himself. Death Pierce has such an interesting passive that I'm actually gonna put him into... I would have put him into A tier because of his passive, but the problem with him now is, again, a lot of people are gonna like stay away from using him because of him being green. So I'm actually gonna put him into special tier as well. Continuing now, Wineheart, no. King. So King is an interesting one again now. Before Escanor, I would have put King into SS tier. Now that people are realizing how to counter Red Escanor again, with King obviously, right? With King Bram, I'm gonna put him actually also into SS tier, because Helbram, as you guys can see, obviously he is in SS tier as the only unit or like the only member of the King Bram team, but that's because of his skill set and him being like squishy. Like King has the healing, King has the cleansing, King has an insane shattering ult, right? You can literally nuke and wipe whole teams with his ult if you rush it. So King himself, together with Gartha from Kingdom, the two members will go into God tier. That's kind of arguable why, but I just personally rate King higher than Halbram. So it's just my personal opinion. King is just better, especially like if you compare it alt and skill set wise. I just rate King higher than Halbram, let alone the fact of his stats. We don't have Red Fat King yet. We have Red Melascular. Red Melascular, Blue Melascular, my bad, is a specialty unit, pretty much a troll unit. That's it. Blue Merlin. So Blue Merlin is just useless. She seems good on paper maybe, but she's useless. If her passive would be a little bit stronger, she could actually be pretty good as a counter, but she's bad. Valenti. So Valenti is an interesting one now. To be honest, ever since Red Esker came out, I haven't faced a single Valenti. People legit are scared to use Valenti now because of Red ESCANOR. So for me personally, it's like really difficult to rate Valenti somewhere, because Valenti, you could argue Valenti still has a decent matchup against PS teams, right? Problem is with Valenti now, if you face a PS team with, let's say, a Red ESCANOR or a Green ESCANOR with Ultra Gear, Valenti is gonna get clapped in like 1 or 2 turns. Probably. So that's why I'm not quite sure where to put her. Like, she's still, obviously, when you don't face those teams, she's insane, right? Problem is, you basically only facing those 2 teams. Considering how she can still be decent, somewhat decent in gear less, because you then have PS gear in gearless. Actually gonna put her into S tier for now. She did drop off beforehand. Obviously she was God tier, but I'm still gonna put her nonetheless into S tier for now and look over it in the end, or by the end of the video. Deldry is an interesting one again. Deldry is a special unit with her taunt, right, and her passive. So you can troll with her if you build a nice team. I actually faced a team with like Deldry and Blue Ellihawk. So Deldry is an interesting team. If Deldry is an interesting unit for an interesting team, if you can actually make a team with her, but very hard to implement and basically just a troll unit, not gonna lie. So we don't have that Diane yet. The Blue Nunchakon, we don't have Green Melee. Green Melee is just a counter. So again, just special tier. People, like some people still try to run them into backline or something, but just a troll unit there. We're not quite through. We're not quite through. We still have a couple units left, 1 or 2 units left, right? So we do have, who's next? Who's next? Yeah, we have Gallant. So Gallant, new red Gallant, basically way better than blue Gallant, and because of his color as well, I would rate him probably in A tier. He has a shadow attack which can deal really good damage as well against green units, and with mono red being super viable. I did face a couple of Gallants. I don't know if people are like actually just trying him out or actually believe he's good. He actually is decent. If you use him, he can dish out quite damage. If you get to ult with him, he's insane. The damage with his damage output. So I'm actually gonna put him into A tier. And coming now to Red Melascular. Red Melascular here is basically the same as Blue Melascular. Troll team. Troll team. Maybe no. I'm actually gonna put her even higher. I'm actually gonna put her into A tier as well, simply because of the fact that she's a red unit as well, and you can combine her with a mono red team. So she's better than her counterpart with Blue Melascular. And I think that's it. I don't know how long the video has been so far. I think it has been pretty longer than I wanted actually. But Red Melascular can be really good with her passive, like with resurrecting, and again Gallant as well. Forgot to mention with his whole like cleansing part on his attack. So if you rank him up, he also cleanses buffs. So he can be a really good unit actually. He has the potential to be a really good unit. And I think that's basically it. So I think we're done here. Wait, let me actually check. Did we go over all relevant units? I feel like I forgot 1 or 2 units. Wait, Benimaru. Thank you, Sakuragi. I just realized. So Benimaru, Weakness damage. Bad unit. Bad unit. And I think that's it. All the other relevant units I did put. Oh wait. I forgot one unit. I forgot one unit. Yes, Dreyfus. So Dreyfus is Dreyfus with his passive can actually like be somewhat of a troll unit, right? He is kind of okay. Also, I'm gonna put, now that I remember it, I'm also gonna put where is he? Where's Red Dreyfus? I'm actually gonna put Red Dreyfus as well in the tier list because of the fact that Red Dreyfus passive gives you 60% extra defense for your units, for your red units, which is obviously a very, very good thing, right? So Red Dreyfus, I'm actually gonna put him into special tier as well together with Green Dreyfus because they both, like, the one boosts PS, the one boosts defense, so two respective teams. And let me quickly get another glimpse on the tier list because basically I think we're done now. So Red Esker, Gauther, Arthur, Green Esker, Lilia, Melee, and King in God tier. Yes, I can live with that. Merlin in SS tier, Twigo in SS tier, Twigard in SS tier, dude. Harbim in SS tier, same with Hauser, Gil in S tier. So Gil, I'm pretty sure people are gonna disagree with me putting Gil in S tier. Diane in S tier because of old Griamore, yes, very good passive still nonetheless. Lee Hawk in S tier, Valenti in S tier. I'm still unsure about Valenti because I don't face it all anymore. She's literally not relevant at all. Reddy Melee A tier, same with Merlin, Gallant, and Melascula. Matrona, Diane. I'm thinking about putting Matrona Diane in A tier. The problem is, like, no one uses her, and she's like, she can be good, but no, I'm gonna keep her in specialty. I'm gonna keep her in specialty. Same with Barn. Putting Barn in specialty breaks my heart because it's my favorite unit to use, but it's just not there. King as well. Green Elihog, yes. Okay, specialty looks good. Barn, Fat King, Gila. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's good. I think that's a fair shout. That pretty much is the tier list for me done. I think that's a very, very precise tier list, PvP tier list for geared and gearless combined. As of right now, the whole meta, or like after the whole meta switch with Red Esker and his ultra gear, I think that's a fair shout. If you guys disagree with me, again, keep in mind that's just my personal opinion with what I do face and what I see potential wise. So if you guys disagree with me, let me know down in the comments. I am always open for any further corrections, so I don't mind getting any corrections there. Other than that, I hope you guys actually enjoyed the tier list. I'm gonna keep this as a series, and after every like somewhat big meta switch, I'm gonna do a new tier list. So once again, I hope you guys did enjoy the video, and I hope you guys I did entertain you guys. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to drop a like or even subscribe to the channel if you're new here. It would help me out immensely. And other than that, goodbye, and bye-bye.